So in this video, I want to talk about recurrence relations and really just what is a recurrence relation. And so a recurrence relation is a way for us to write a sequence in a recursive way, which means like we want to be able to define this term by the term that comes before it in the sequence. And you may notice here that each term is 2 units more than the term that comes before it. So the way that we would write this is that the nth term, s sub n, is equal to the term that comes before it, s sub n minus 1, because if this is the nth term, and this is the n minus first term, right? And so it's going to be s sub n equals s sub n minus 1 plus 2. And then that is the first part of our recurrence relation. Since recurrence relations only define it based on the term that comes before or the term that comes to before it, etc., we also have to include an initial condition. So here the first term is 1, so we also need to include that s sub 1 equals 1. And that tells whoever we give this to, it tells them where to start. And so in this equation, it only refers to the term before it. But we could rewrite it with the same initial condition, s sub 1 equals 1, but we could say look at the term 2 terms before it. Because notice each term is 4 more than the term 2 before it. And so in this case, we would write s sub n equals s sub n minus 2 plus 4. However, in this case, we're going back 2 terms, so we need more than just one initial condition, because based on this, well, if we wanted to find s sub 2, well, wait a second, that means we'd have to look at s sub 0, and we don't have that. So we actually need 2 initial conditions for this, if we're going to tell someone to look back 2 terms in this recurrence relation. And so our initial conditions would be s sub 1 equals 1, but then also s sub 2 equals 3. And so these both describe the same sequence, and you can try writing them both out based on this, and if you do it correctly, you should get the same thing. And so this has just been a brief introduction as to what a recurrence relation is, and in future videos I'll do some more examples going into different problems that involve recurrence relations.